In this video, we are going to talk about the #1 best kept secret strategy when it comes to ranking your business website, and that is, drumroll please, video. Chances are you have never even thought about using video for your promotion or your SEO. Well, maybe for your promo, but probably not for your rankings. And that's a really good thing, because if you haven't thought of it, chances are 99% of your competitors haven't either. That means this is one huge wide open playfield that nobody is using. Let me give you some stats, and then I'll show you how you can use video to rank fast. First off, video drives a 157% increase in organic traffic from SERPs. SERPs stands for Search Engine Result Pages, basically showing up in Google. If you have video on your website, on your pages, on average, you will see 2.5 times more visitors coming to your site. So it is definitely worth incorporating, don't you think? Now, second, social video generates 1,200% more shares than text and images combined. Remember that one of the key things Google looks at for ranking is whether people are actually sharing and interacting with your website. So 1,200% more, wouldn't that be nice? Moving on, video makes up 69% of all internet traffic, or at least it did in 2017. Now, that's a dated statistic at this point. That's over 2/3 of all internet traffic just on video. Don't you want some of that traffic? In fact, by the end of 2020, video is going to be probably close to 80% of all traffic. So 4 out of 5 results are going to be simply in video. Now here's the last kicker. Blog posts that actually incorporate video attract 3 times as many backlinks. And remember, I've said it before, I'll say it again, backlinks is probably the #1 factor when it comes to ranking your photography website. So if you have video on there, you are 3 times as likely to be getting those backlinks. You're going to get more backlinks, you're going to rank better, you're going to get better engagement, and more traffic. Doesn't that sound worth pursuing? And the coolest part about all this is you already have the gear. You already have everything you need to get started making videos. The only extra thing you're going to need is a mic. And mics, I've got good news for you. It used to be that you could only buy a $300, $400 mic, but now there are some awesome options available that plug directly into your smartphone and are actually really affordable. So option #1 would be the Rode Video Mic Me. I'll show you it right over here. It's this guy, and it just plugs directly into your phone. I believe you can also plug it in with a standard mic cable as well, which is cool. And it'll plug in and face towards you, and you can record great quality audio really quickly. Now, a second option for you is you can get the Rode SmartLav Plus. Now, this is slightly different. Obviously, it clips onto your shirt. You can get it nice and close to you. So if you want to be a little further away from the camera, this is a better option in terms of audio, because the closer the mic is to your mouth, the better the sound quality is going to be. Now, both these options are great, and they'll give you great quality audio, but you really don't even need this to get started. Remember, at the end of the day, videos that are engaging, videos that get responses, videos that are successful are the ones that have great content. It's more about the content than it is about having really fancy gear, really technical, perfect production skills. It's about getting started and creating good, shareable, quality content that actually helps people, solves a problem, or entertains them. That's what really matters. So we're going to keep it basic and simple here. It's more about creating the videos than it is about getting all this tech stuff perfect. Okay, so let me show you how you can use video and one example of how I started ranking for a key term super easily at the top of Google. So there is a venue near me, and it's called Linden House. I was there and I was photographing a wedding, and so I figured, well, I'm here, I'm having dinner, I've got a little bit of a break, I might as well shoot a quick video tour of this venue, because brides probably want to know what it looks like. Isn't that frustrating when you're trying to visit somewhere and you can't find enough photos or video to see that place? Well, the beauty is you can easily create those for people. So I went through and took about 5 minutes, well, 3 minutes and 3 seconds to be exact, and I just did a quick tour of this venue. Now, ignore the crappy video quality, ignore the fact that I look like I'm about 11 years old. This was from a long time ago, but essentially all I did is I walked around the venue, I talked about some of the features, I showed it. It was super simple, super straightforward, and really not a very good video, but look at the results. One tiny video that took 10 minutes of my time is now at the very top of Google. Page 1. And I didn't even need to try to get to the top. I just posted it and forgot all about it until one day I looked and I was like, oh, that is very interesting. Also, which is more likely to get a click, a video link or a non-video link like this? I'm probably getting as many clicks as the actual Linden House webpage. And so far, 1,200 people, 1,380 have seen this video, and in conjunction with that, seen my channel, looked at my work, seen a link to my website. So one other thing that I wish I had done that you can do is when you're doing these kind of tours or videos of places that you're visiting, as you're recording the video, just make sure that you mention your service, your product, whatever it is that your business does. And bam, people are seeing your work as they see your videos and they're learning your name, building relationship with you at the same time. Now what I would do is I would take that video and I would put it on a blog post. So I would actually make a Linden House blog post and I would have a little bit of a write-up there like we did before with Sanctuary Gardens. So remember, here we'll look this up really quick. Sanctuary Gardens Kelowna. I have made this article that I went through and grabbed all of my great photos in here of this venue, and I just did a write-up and I showed off my work, right? And that was one easy way to get ranking. Now I could, at the same time, insert my video at the top or at the bottom and increase my page views by 3 and probably wind up ranking #1 on Google and having everybody see my video and build relationship at the same time. That's another really amazing part about video that text and photos simply don't do. People can look at these photos and say these photos are great, but I don't know the photographer behind them. Whereas video, you have a chance to actually express your personality, show people who you are, and build that connection. So it is absolutely unbelievable. Video is something you should be using all the time, whenever you can, and it's super easy to create that content. Now you might be wondering, okay, well this works for you as a photographer. What do you do if you have a kayak business, or if you have a mountain biking business, or if you have a business teaching people how to fold prunes into strudel? Okay, well what you want to do is the same thing that you do to come up with content for your blog. So we're just going to go through here on Pinterest, and I'm not even going to search for anything. I'm just going to look at posts that are popping up in my feed. So we've got 13 survival items that all hikers should carry. Let's say that you are a hiking instructor or an outdoor instructor. You have something to do with the outdoors, right? You could literally take this blog. You don't even have to think of your own points. Just read the blog, copy those points down on a piece of paper, get those survival items assembled on your table, and then record a video. Grab a little tripod off of Amazon. They're $11. Set your camera on there. Grab your survival items out of your backpack and say, hey guys, this is Joan here at Joan's River Survival. I just wanted to share 13 survival items that all hikers really should carry. This is something that I make sure to carry every time that I'm out on the trail. And then you walk through things. It's that simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be overly produced. It's really that easy and applicable to every single business. Let's find a few more here. Okay, here's one. Vegan roasted vegetable subs. If you have anything to do with food, let's say you sell sauces or you have a subs sandwich restaurant, you say, okay, we're going to walk you through how to create your own amazing vegan roasted vegetable subs at home. And then you just do a quick video demo. It's really that simple, right? There's an endless amount of ways that this can be applied. You don't have to be a photographer or a videographer. What else do we got? Let's say that you are in construction. So let's go here. Okay, so how to go green on your new home. Perfect. When you're at the job site, all you have to do is just, every time you're creating something that you think would be of interest to your customer, just take a second and point it out. So say we're doing the foundations today on Jim's home on 3153 California Ave, and I just wanted to point out this is what you want to make sure you're doing when you're looking to make a home in the California area. We have lots of issues with termites, and so we need to do this specific thing with the foundations to make sure that your home is weather sealed. And that's something that I make sure we do with every single customer who we build a spec home for, right? So you just do those short little videos, and you post them to Instagram, post them to YouTube, post them to Facebook, post them everywhere and anywhere, and you're going to get traction. And the reason is because you're going to start building relationship. People will look to you as an expert, and you'll also be able to showcase your work at the same time. So you just do a walkthrough of the house as you're framing it up and say, hey, this is some of the features, this is what we did that's different from what other home builders out there in the area are doing. You're going to get your home in less than 4 months, which is awesome because we have a top-notch crew, right? Let's say that you had a business. Let's do one more, and you're a florist. So now this one's really easy. You get to an event and you set up your flowers. You just do a really quick vlog. You point the camera towards you and say, hey, we are at Jen's wedding today. It's absolutely gorgeous out here, and she has such a great taste in bouquets. We put together these rows, and pretend I know the name of these flowers. You just name the different flowers and some of the features that you did. And if you're interested in a bouquet of your own, just let me know. Head over to janesflowers.com. It's really, really that simple. So the sky's the limit. There's a million different ways that you can apply this. The real question is, how are you going to apply it to your business? Because you have to. It's absolutely going to get you crazy results compared to any other marketing tactic, because so few businesses are really taking advantage of video in the way that they can. And it's really, truly easy to make videos now that you have a phone camera in your pocket. A phone camera, you know what I mean. You have a camera in your pocket everywhere you go, so you have no excuse not to do this. All right? So that is it for this lesson. Go ahead, make a list of different ways that you can start applying video to your business and then just start doing it. It's really that simple. You'll have to set up a basic YouTube channel. I would definitely suggest doing it on YouTube rather than just on Instagram or just Facebook. And the reason is because YouTube is a search platform on its own. So when you post a video to YouTube, that video continues to live there. So people will be able to watch it day after day after day for years, right? It's going to continue to get views. Whereas Instagram, that's up for 24 hours and then it's pretty much gone. Facebook, same deal. Some of your followers might see it and then it's gone. Whereas YouTube, it's a search algorithm, and because it's owned by Google, that's where you'll actually get results showing up in Google search. Okay? So go ahead, make a list of how you can apply this to your particular business, and I will see you in the next video.
Hey, Phil back here with another case study, and I hope you've enjoyed this section on creating content that ranks from Ryan. I thought it would be really fun to actually play along with you and do that through this case study. So I have lots of great content that ranks on my other website, videoschoolonline.com, but I also have a relatively newer website called onlinecoursemasters.com that I've been working on. To date, it's mostly been a podcast, but I would like to create content for this website that helps it to rank for anybody that is interested in teaching online courses. So right now, this is the homepage of the website. You get some information about the podcast. We have an academy. There are sort of blog posts for each podcast episode, which do relatively well in Google search. For example, the best part about this is if someone's searching for any of my guests, such as my latest guest, Johnny Armandri, if you search for his name in Google, this article will most likely show up. So let's type in Johnny Armandri. You have his some rankings that have a little bit more power, SEO juice, such as his profile on Udemy, IMDb page, his soundtrack, his own website right here. But right below his own website is our podcast episode. That's pretty cool. And this is a recent article or a recent podcast episode that just came out. Actually, it came out today, which is pretty crazy. So I just posted this article today, and it's already ranking well on Google. So that is a little bit of proof that shows that recency can do well on Google, as Ryan talked about in the second section of this course. But I would still like to have some more pillar articles, some key content that ranks well, answering all of the basic questions that anybody who wants to get into online course creation would be interested in. One of those questions is, what's the best platform for teaching online? So the keywords, best online teaching platform, if I type that into Google right now, we get a lot of articles from some of the biggest online learning platforms, such as Kajabi, Thinkific. These are paid ads that show up. Zapier, elearningindustry.com, learningrevolution.net. These are some of my quote-unquote competitors that are kind of teaching the same kinds of things that I teach. And so I went over to Ubersuggest to see what sort of the difficulty of this keyword is. The search volume's not huge, 70 searches per month. I think that there's probably more, especially if we take out the best. If we just search for online teaching platform, there's a lot more. But still, we're thinking about ranking for an article titled Best Online Teaching Platform, which will also rank for online teaching platform. The good thing is the SEO difficulty is relatively easy right now. So let's just look at some of the keyword ideas. Best online teaching platform 2019, best online teaching platform free. How about if we just search for online teaching platform? Best online teaching platform, online course hosting platform, online video teaching platform. These are all keywords that we could include in what this would be is a long form complete guide. So earlier in this class, I had a case study where I showed a really sort of brief After Effects tutorial article that was on videoschoolonline.com, but that only had less than 300 words. This would definitely have a lot more words and content to it to make it sort of the one-stop guide to online teaching platforms. So the reason why I'm talking about this right now is because I'm going to create this content. I'm going to create this guide for the best online teaching platforms. I haven't done it yet, so you kind of get to see in real world time. Of course, this is going to be recorded, but you're going to get to see in a real world way how a new website can create new content that starts to rank on Google using all of the best practices of this course. Okay? So I'm going to end this video now. The next one is going to be after I've created the content, and I'm going to go through all of the best practices that I've implemented. And then following that, we'll do a video to see if and when it starts to rank. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in that next video. Hey, back here with part 2 of this case study for creating awesome content that ranks. So far, what I've done is written out the content for this guide or this blog post that I want to rank for best online course platforms. So here you can see I've written out the content. It's almost 2,500 words, so it's a decent length. And all I have is text though, and I've added it to the website. You also may notice that I've added a new page to our website with guides, and so this is going to be built out later on, and hopefully it's going to include a lot of content that will decrease our bounce rate or the rate at which someone comes to our website and leaves without interacting with the website. As a new course creator, I'm hoping that people will come to this page. These guides will answer a lot of the most common basic questions that anybody new to this will be interested in, and so they will stay on the website longer. And that helps with your ranking in Google too, having a lower bounce rate. The issue with what this looks like right now is that it's simply a lot of text, and it's very text heavy, so it might be a little bit too much for people to stay interested in this. So what I'm going to do is actually create several videos that will go along with this guide. I also have to play around with the spacing a little bit of the title and text, and perhaps add some images just to break it up so it looks more visually pleasing and it encourages people to stay here a little bit longer. So the next thing I'm going to do is that I think I'm going to have a couple videos, one that's going to talk about my recommended hosted marketplaces, one that's going to be about self-hosting options, and that's going to also go on YouTube, which will increase our ranking on YouTube, and it will add that SEO juice or that SEO value to this post as well, because I'll be sending traffic from YouTube to this guide. It will hopefully start to rank in Google itself as a video for these keywords. So that's the next step. I literally just posted this, so I am sure best online course platform. I'm sure that it's not going to rank today, right now. These are still what were there a couple days ago, or a few days ago. So I'm also going to kind of pay attention to the rankings here. What I'm also going to do once I finish with the videos is send this to my audience to get that initial ranking and traffic. So that's what's good about having an email list and or a social media presence. You can start to get a little bit of traffic that helps this rank. So you'll see me do that, but for now I just wanted to show you where I'm at, and we'll see you in the next video when we have the videos and we'll be sharing it to my audience. Bye. Hey, Phil back with the next part in this case study series. In this video, I want to talk about what I've added to the article and then also show you the next steps in terms of promoting this guide. So as you can see in the article, and you can go ahead and check this out if you go to onlinecoursemasters.com, click on the guides and click on the best online course platform, the ultimate guide. But I added this image. I played around a little bit with the spacing of the text so that it was spaced out a little bit more on the sizing of the headings. And then I added 2 videos. So these 2 videos are kind of break up the text and are, just help break up the text. And also for SEO purposes, I'm hoping that these will help Google see this page as a valuable page. And one tip too, just as I'm scrolling by, notice this thumbnail. It's a little funny, but I picked a moment in the video that is a little intriguing. So yes, I think I look a little funny with my eyes closed there, my fingers like that, but I think it's kind of intriguing for someone to click on. So I think I am going to add a little bit of text saying, watch the video below to get an overview of my course platform recommendations. But in general, yeah, this is the article. And when I uploaded the videos, let me just show you that too. I chose keywords that would be good for SEO on YouTube. So the title of the video is Best Online Course Platforms and then Hosted Marketplaces. In the description, I include the text, read the ultimate guide to the best online course platforms with a link to this article. I used bit.ly to create this short link. If you create an account, you can actually create custom short links. So this is bit.ly/best course platforms. And then I use the keywords a couple more times in here, plus a few other ones such as Udemy, Skillshare, Stack Social, etc. And then I did the same for the other video, best online course platforms, self-hosting platforms. So I'm hoping that both of these videos end up ranking for their keywords and also on YouTube and also on Google. Since I just launched these, I could wait to kind of see if anything happens on Google. Let's just type in best online course platforms or platform. Sometimes the same results show up, sometimes different ones. Nothing yet, and I'm not surprised at all about that. Sometimes you might get some organic traffic going to your website, but what I'm going to do is send an email blast to my list and then a couple Facebook posts. And these are all specific to this brand, Online Course Masters. We have over 1,000 people on our email list here, so those are all highly targeted people who might be interested in this. And then we have our general group, a page, and another more private group. So I'm going to go ahead and send those and then probably give it a day or so and see if this is starting to rank, and hopefully it is, and we'll see if not what we need to do. All right, I hope you enjoyed this series, and we'll see you in another video. As I was closing down my tabs just after I recorded that last video, I remembered to check one more thing, and that's the videos tab on Google results. And a lot of people use this tab nowadays because they like getting video content. And even just right now, just literally minutes or after I posted this article, it's probably been about an hour since I uploaded the videos. My videos are ranking in the top page of results, both of them here. This one's 13 minutes ago, this one's 1 hour ago. So because not that many creators are putting out videos, there's a lot of room for winning at SEO by putting out keyword-friendly videos on YouTube. And most of these videos that do show up in the Google results do come from YouTube because it has high value, high SEO value. So I just wanted to share how excited I was to already see that even though it's not showing up in the main articles yet, it is already showing up in the videos and the first page of videos. I'm hoping that it's going to start to rank a little bit higher after I do a little bit of, I share the video or the page to my email list and on social media. Anyways, we'll update you as soon as we get another update. Cheers.